Right, so seeing that it is the 5th of August, and the post today is going to be from Wilhelm Arcturus, or the Ancient Gaming Noob, their prompt in which kinda is a good one to delve into today, and that is basically favourite quotes. Let's get to it. Good day into Webians. Today is another beautiful day here in the night of New York, just relaxing, playing a bit more Fall Guys, to which I will say is an interesting game. I will go more into that later on down the line with my friends. But today, seeing the prompt, I thought I would like to throw in my 2 cents in this one as well and participate with this topic. And the topic today is, what is a favourite quote or quotes that you like, and tell us why? And for me personally, I go through life, with different things to say, in which some of them are almost like catchphrases, but I'd have to say, honestly, majority of some of my quotes that I've had, or I've been told on, were from TV shows. Specifically one in particular called Being Erica. Interesting show in which was basically about a girl who had so much trouble going in her life. She lost her job, basically got stood up, her boyfriend broke up with her, kinda collapsed due to a nut allergy from drinking her coffee, which had, I think it was nutmeg, no, hazel in it, so that was fun. But when she was at her lowest, she was introduced to a character, a psychiatrist, Dr. Tom, who was played by Michael Riley. I had to get the thing up here because I'll tell you why now, why I got the second screen up here. And throughout the 3 seasons of Being Erica, it was, no, 3-4 seasons of Being Erica, it was basically a show where this girl goes to see the psychiatrist. The psychiatrist had a power which was to send her back in time to a moment in her life to re-examine that situation she may have had and try and see if she can alter it and change it in her own little way to make it better for herself, so in all she feels better about herself. But majority of the show was taken up by Dr. Tom because Dr. Tom was a fantastic character, a fantastic psychiatrist, and he had some excellent quotes to go by, and it is awesome some of the quotes that I come up with, because he'll say the quote and also as well he'll say who the author of that quote was. And the first quote he ever said to Erica Strange in the first episode of this show was, "In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity." Albert Einstein. That has stuck with me for some time, for a long while, because there is always parts of my life in which right now recently have been clouded majority by difficulty with pandemic and work and finance, but it's when you look in between the cracks of the difficulties that you are faced with, there is an opportunity, there is something in which says, do not worry, there is a silver lining, there is something out there, but you just got to look through the cracks. Difficulty may consume you, but in the middle of that all is an opportunity for something greater. And that to me stuck with me ever since. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. And again, personal quote, Albert Einstein. And it was funny as well that I had to find the page again, but there is a WordPress account in which is a blog post of every single quote from every single episode of Being Erica, which is tabbed up to like maybe 3 pages of everything that Dr. Tom has quoted in the show. So yeah, we've had "In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity." The other ones, I meant the first episode, let's have a look. "We learn to do something by doing it. There is no other way," and that one was by John Holt. "Live long and prosper." Spock. I look at this last quote, but I am not going to say it. I'm going to leave it until my very last day of, well, when I finish these vlogs, after 10 years of vlogging, when I'm on my last day, this will be the quote that I bow out to. It's a beautiful quote. All I can say is it's from the Buddha, but it's a beautiful quote. and looking at that, I quite like it, and it's so awesome. Again, it's like, I'll put the link down for the quotes that you can check out yourself, but honestly, it's worth a look because some of these quotes are fantastic. They're so nice. My favorite one is, obviously, in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Albert Einstein. And that's my prompt for the day. That's my 2 cents on that one. I got about an hour and a half to myself, so I'm going to use that time to eat some nice spicy noodles and get ready for work, which I kind of don't want to go to today, though it is my Friday. Fun. Right, so another work day done. I'm not in tomorrow, so that's good. I am a little bit tired, but I'm not going to go to bed just yet. Why, you may be asking? Well, it's simple. Because thinking about this today with Chris, and decided to think, wait a minute, this could be an interesting topic to talk for bloggers. So, because fair enough, I've done the prompt for today, which was, what's your favourite quote and why, I thought I'd bring a second topic to today's little video. And the topic is quite simple. Definitive and Game of the Year editions of video games, are they really worth it? Before I go any further, I'm going to take an ibuprofen because my head has been kind of given a bit of a numbing pain after the work day today, so allow me to take this and we'll talk about it and discuss. This topic came up today after me and Chris were talking about a game in which I was considering and picking up for the Switch, which was the Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition pack for the Switch. And we had it before for the Wii U, but this was the standard edition, so we paid around about $60 for the game. And fair enough, the base of the game is a little bit dull and dreary after a while. The opportunity to see that later on you can unlock or buy online these different DLCs, different characters, different skins, different weapons, and including a new additional character of Linkle was something to put into play. But you know, a year or so later, we had it for the 3DS, and then a proper collection then, or the proper edition, the definitive edition for the Switch, where everything was in from the 3DS and the Wii U version. And this is going at a price of $60, where right now at GameStop it's around about $40, so $20 cheaper than expected. Now this goes to the question of any old definitive edition, Game of the Year editions that come out a year or so after the proper edition comes, well, the standard edition comes out, and that is basically, is it really worth picking up a definitive collection when you have the standard? I mean, here's the thing, you pay for a standard edition $60 for, so that's $60 out of your wallet there. Now some games in particular do come with a season pass, in which variety can be anywhere between $25 to maybe up to $50. Now that's where it kind of is a bit of a because if you're paying another $50 for the season pass with it as well to get all the DLC and everything in between, that's going to get rounded up to just over $100 just for the standard game alone. And any DLCs that come after it then with the season pass you get then for free, that downloads onto your console. But then like a year and a half later, you have the same game that comes out again, but with everything in it for $60. So you're basically getting everything in which you spend over $100 on for something in which basically you wasted $40 on for this definitive edition. And with a definitive, like I said before, it comes with everything that you get in the season pass and any DLCs that you may have seen from the standard edition, all in one nicely wrapped package for over $60. And I would say as well, all of this stuff here that you see, the DLC stuff, everything that's in a definitive pack, that is worth around about maybe in all $120, $150, you're getting it for $60. But you've already paid $60 for the standard game, and then if you wanted to continue on with the DLCs, you're paying additional money for that, rounding it up just past the $100 mark. The problem is, even with the game itself, day one patches and bugs and everything that needs to be tweaked out, you know, in this definitive edition, it's basically everything that is well said and done. The kinks are out, all the screws are in place, there's not going to be any bugs or glitches, sort of. But that does beg the question, is it worth getting the standard edition and then paying for the DLC, or just waiting for the year and a half, not play the standard edition, not play the game in which you've been waiting for so long, and then end up getting a definitive pack with the DLC? I mean, the problem is, I'd rather go with the standard edition, because you don't know if this game is going to be for you and up your alley. And then you play the game, you don't like it, that's fine, boom, it's gone. But if you keep it, at least you have the experience to know what the next DLC is, and to know if it's worth picking up then and spending that extra couple of bucks on for that DLC. I find that with the definitive edition, for those who never get a chance to experience it, like with Hyrule Warriors, to play it on Wii U and 3DS to get all the characters, it is kind of nice to have that for the Switch. I get a chance to hold that, but for a price they're asking for $60, it kind of seems a bit high. The clearance sale price of $40 is somewhere in which I would go to say as far as for a definitive pack. But I would say, honestly, I'd get the standard, because just in case I may or may not like the game, at least then I know I have a decision to get either rid of it or keep it and then continue with the DLC. That's kind of my thoughts on that one. But as always, I would like to hear from you guys. I would like to know what your thoughts are and what your suggestions are when it comes to standard and definitive editions and Game of the Year. Is it worth getting that Game of the Year edition, even though you've paid for the standard and all the DLC that came with it, just to get something else because it has a pretty case and such? Let me know. Comments down below. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night. I need to get this up and loaded for Blogust for today, and it is late. Once I get this done, I'm going to go straight back to bed, because I am tired, I am sleepy. Thank you guys for watching today's little video. Hopefully you have enjoyed, and if you have, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to check out of all the other bloggers and vloggers that are participating in this year's Promptapalooza of Bloggers 2020. You guys will love them, they're all fantastic. Go and show them the love and support as you have for me. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for a brand spanking new day, in which hopefully will be better than the rest, and hopefully I can get rid of this headache. But until then, take it easy guys. Nasta.